Hello and welcome to One Storyteller, where we're talking about the Fellowship of the Ring, and I have been given to compare Galadriel to her Rings of Power counterpart 20 times.
I said 2.
2 is times 10. 10 is a complete number.
What? Oh, sorry.
20
I was prepared
times.
for you to say 2,
I know.
which was a generous.
But now it's
point.
a legally binding thing because I've said it and it's on recording.
So 2, not 20?
20 times.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's great. She has the same name.
Yeah,
They are the same character.
Oh my word. Yeah.
There you go. That's one of your
Do
20
not speak
times.
to me of Rings of Power.
Oh, but it's so funny because it's so bad. Okay. My name's Reagan.
And I'm Andrew.
There he is. He is also there. He's in shock from
A
the
little
Rings
bit.
of Power reference
Word.
and my slight betrayal on not knowing how to count. Not my fault. And we are in Fellowship of the Ring. We're reading chapters 19 and then maybe 20, hopefully,
Which
probably.
is 7 and 8 in the part 2.
Yes, I forgot.
The Mirror of Galadriel and the Farewell to Lorien.
Farewell to Lorien. Bless. Good riddance.
Oh my goodness.
Hate that place.
This
Okay.
guy. This is a
So
beautiful section of the
what
book.
we decided last time is Lothlorien is a terrible place.
Oh my word.
Maybe.
No.
Lothlorien has some problems. It is a very beautiful place.
So
It is also a little stagnant, and it probably shouldn't be. But
there's
there is good and
there's
bad.
good work being done here, but
okay.
there's they are at least the common elf there is forgetting the larger world.
So
Which
maybe
is
the
bad.
leadership is better.
I think so.
And I think we're gonna run into it's Celeborn and Galadriel,
Mhm.
who are the husband and wife, lord and lady of the city,
Mhm.
and I guess the heart of elfdom, as it were. They're the ones who are keeping elfdom alive on the earth for good and good.
Yes.
And you're welcome. I'm trying to be nice. And so there are a couple of interactions with them that happen in this mirror chapter, and then one primary one in the Farewell to Lorien chapter. And we're gonna get to, I guess, all of those. So, you like these chapters?
Yes.
You said they were your favorites, or some of your favorites?
In this book, these 3 chapters are my favorite.
Okay.
Though it does point out a flaw
Curious.
with Tolkien's writing is perhaps they could have been combined to some extent,
Probably.
but these are good.
Yeah. Okay.
They all bleed into and inform one another, so I can't really pick one of them.
They
but
do inform one another.
Yeah.
I will give you that. That's true. So, first note is the Fellowship hasn't actually arrived in the city itself yet.
Yes.
They've been walking
Caras
around outside.
Galadriel.
The what?
Welcome to Caras Galadriel.
Oh, yes. Lothlorien. Is Lothlorien the region? And then,
Yes.
okay.
Do you? I'll say that for later. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Very cool. So they make it to Lothlorien, the city. And they do have to go westward to actually reach the city,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. They came in on the northern edge of the forest, and now they're going west and then southwest to actually enter the city. As they go in, they can't see anything that's alive, which is minorly terrifying. They can just hear voices.
Well, the people.
Yes.
Yes, because they're up in the trees.
Yeah. Oh, that would make sense. And so it's like, yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's like the
It's
city
sort
is
of
alive,
eerie, yeah.
but there's nobody actually there inhabiting it, which is an odd picture. And they get to a big tree in the center, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah.
And up there is where a bunch of people live, and also the Lord and Lady are at the very top. And so they go climb a tree and
Whoop.
chat with some people. And there they encounter a whole new council, sort of, and they have a brief conversation with.
Sort of. Yeah.
It's much briefer than Council of Elrond,
Mm-hmm.
which is somewhat appreciated. Rip Gandalf, but at least we don't have to put up with all his backstory. Maybe that's too harsh on Gandalf.
Oh.
But so they climb up the tree and then they start chatting with
That's
people.
important.
You sound like you have something.
You keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. I will here in a minute. Yeah.
Yes, there are many elves in the council. I don't know how many of them actually speak the language. Or is it?
I'd imagine all those present can.
Is it this group who actually speaks the language?
Probably.
I forget. So yeah, a bunch of elves are there. The Lord and Lady are there. They get good descriptions, like back at the Council of Elrond when Elrond, Glorfindel, and Gandalf get descriptions. Now, Celeborn and Galadriel get descriptions, and that's cool.
Yep.
They're important. They don't look old.
No,
but their eyes are old.
Yes,
because they are old people. And Galadriel just kind of like sits and looks at people, which is very odd. But she does that a lot. And Galadriel is kind of weird. So there are welcomes that are extended.
Yes, to Aragorn, Legolas, and to Gimli.
Yes, and Frodo. A little bit to Frodo. Sit down beside my chair. Celeborn says, sit at my footstool. That's kind of what that reminds me of. But then you have Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and the rest of them are also there, but not explicitly like recognized.
Yeah, I
guess. So that's curious. I guess Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli are more important. It is noted that the dwarf is welcomed.
Yes,
which is good.
Yeah, Celeborn says, "It's long since we've seen one of Durin's folk in this city." And when he means long, he's not talking about like a couple years. He's talking about thousands of years.
Yes.
But today we've broken our long law. And when he says long, he's not talking about a couple of years. He's talking about thousands of years.
Yeah.
But he says, may it be a sign that...
Because they've had this law since the Balrog attacked, right? In Moria, and everything went down in there. Is that when that happens?
I wonder if it's earlier.
Oh, okay.
We don't know exactly when this happened.
Okay.
I know on the other side of the mountains, it's the elves of Eregion and Holland.
Yeah.
They were friendly with the dwarves, but that was an exception.
Yeah.
So I think this law probably precedes even whatever happened in Moria.
Okay. Interesting.
But Celeborn says, "We've broken our long law. We hope that this will show that friendship can be renewed during these times of darkness."
Yeah.
So they were complacent about this law when it didn't come up.
Yeah.
But now that they've been put to the test here, like, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Which is to their credit.
Yeah, we can bend that law for this person. I don't know exactly why it is. Frodo, when he's introducing Gimli back to Haldir in the last chapter, he says Gimli's not from Moria, he's from the Lonely Mountain. And he's also a friend to Elrond, and Elrond chose him. And so I don't know if that's like, we have elven verification otherwise.
Didn't Legolas say that, I think?
Frodo said that to Haldir.
That right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like, we don't exactly trust Rivendell, also in the last chapter, but if we were going to trust anybody, maybe it's that. And so I don't know exactly why he's invited here, but he is, which is better. And specifically, it was the command of the lady that allowed him to in the last chapter as well. So it's kind of weird. Celeborn and Galadriel, I don't exactly understand their relationship. It seems like Celeborn is nominally in charge and Galadriel is the real power.
I think that is...
Is that...
incorrect.
Okay.
It's... No, Tolkien is... we could argue... We're not going to talk about this, but we could argue, like, what Tolkien's views were for, like, men-women dynamics in his day and what he would have thought about stuff today or interpreting the Bible and stuff like that. But we're not going to do that.
We don't have to go into that.
I think what's clear is he's writing in, like, a medieval sort of style where, like, the Lord is going to have authority over his lady.
Yeah.
But you see Celeborn's not a fool. He recognized Galadriel, just like even in medieval times. It's not like women were like stupid or anything like that. He recognizes Galadriel has wisdom that he should take advantage of. Like, he's the ruler, and he's treated like the ruler. But Galadriel is like a lady of authority as well, and he takes advantage of the wisdom experience that she has that he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to see their dynamic. But there are some oddities here and there.
Celeborn doesn't really seem to do anything. whereas Galadriel does quite a bit.
Like in this chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I wonder.
It's because she, spoilers, has a ring.
Yeah.
That makes her more relevant to Frodo.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And even to the fight against Sauron. So she just, because of those qualities, she is thrown forward in the spotlight more than her husband.
Yeah. If you ever feel useless, remember, Galadriel also had a husband.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, no, but that is how it reads.
I don't think so.
I think that's how it reads.
It's just the emphasis of the chapter.
It is definitely the emphasis of the chapter, which is how it reads.
I don't know if those exclude each
Celeborn
other.
says a lot of things.
Yes.
But Galadriel was the one who learned who they were and learned about them and informed him to let Gimli come through unblindfolded. Galadriel is the one who reads all their minds here in this chapter. Galadriel's the one with the mirror later in the chapter. She's the one with the ring as well.
Yes.
And so, like, in all of that, Celeborn's not really relevant. He's there.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Galadriel.
If you're saying that, what would you say?
Galadriel also had a husband.
Yeah,
he's there. I'm sure he's cool, but we just don't see it. Really, unfortunately. So, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I wanted to talk about this rivalry between elves and dwarves.
Okay.
Because this is sort of where that trope comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Is from Lord of the Rings. I think specifically like these chapters.
Yeah.
But like you couldn't tell me why elves and dwarves don't like each other in Lord of the Rings. Right?
I couldn't.
I don't think so.
I think it's because the elves are racist.
But why are they racist?
Yeah. Well, I guess it just depends. I don't really know. I think it seems like it's the Moria thing.
Oh, okay.
It seems like primarily, at least for Lorien, they did not like what happened in Moria and how it spills out.
That is one of the latter
them.
things, and that's something that sort of tests Celeborn here in a minute.
Yeah, because that's the primary thing he mentions here, but that's really the only thing I have to go on.
Mm-hmm. But wait, where's he mentioned that?
He says, when we heard it was a Balrog, I would not have let you. I wouldn't have let you come in this area.
Yeah. Okay. So for informing, like his graciousness toward the Fellowship, and particularly to Gimli right now, that's what it is. Yeah. But as far as like this ancestral grudge, everyone talks about like the rivalry between elves and dwarves, but they don't know like what it goes back to. Yeah. For Tolkien. So here we go. A long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
It's in the father of Lúthien.
Yeah.
Was this great elf king, right?
Okay.
And Galadriel and Celeborn both lived in his kingdom, actually.
Okay.
It's an interesting connection, I think.
Yeah.
They leave before this happens. But this king, Lúthien's father, his name is Thingol. And Thingol gets a hold of a Silmaril.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Yes.
You told me about
and
this.
He invites his dwarven friends who helped him build his house to make a necklace for the Silmaril out of mithril. And it is like the most beautiful thing ever. And the dwarves say, actually, you can't have that. And they kill him. Okay, sorry, let me back up. They say, you can't have that. We'd like to have it. And Thingol says, you know what? You guys are ugly. You shouldn't have this. And also, since you said you want to take this treasure that we already agreed I would have, you don't get any payment. And so then they kill him.
Classic.
So they both were being jerks.
Understandable.
I think some dwarves escape back. They tell a lie about what happened. They just tell the bad thing about King Thingol. Yeah. And so some of them attack again. The elf kingdom, and the elves attack in force and like really kill a lot of dwarves in their kingdom and take back the necklace. And so that's sort of the big grudge situation.
Which kingdoms were these?
I think it's the remnant kingdoms in the Blue Mountains.
Okay.
Though a lot of them were destroyed.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Cool.
And then the elf kingdom certainly was destroyed. It was called Doriath.
Okay.
But Galadriel and Celeborn, they met there, and they both lived there under his rule for a very long time. Though they left before that situation. Though I'm sure they heard about it.
Yeah.
Lots of elves heard about it. and that's why they stopped trusting dwarves.
Okay.
And I think that's why a lot of dwarves stopped trusting elves too.
Probably.
It was just a sore spot for both of them.
It's almost like if you're nice to people, you don't hold grudges, and then everything goes well.
Yeah, that's what we're about to see. So anyway, that's like the quintessential
That's the history.
grudge between elves and dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And that will come up because they'll kind of debate it. I feel like Gimli comes around to the elves a lot.
Yes.
And Legolas here also comes around to Gimli.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that the elves in general come around to Gimli. I think Galadriel does a bit. Definitely.
Hugely.
Definitely.
Galadriel and Celeborn definitely do.
Yeah.
And I think that starts bleeding over to how other elves treat him.
Yeah. Maybe.
At least for those two.
Curious. So they have approached, they are in the council, all of them. And Galadriel is like, there should have been 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
Or Celeborn says there should have been 9 people, I think. And now there are only 8. Where is Gandalf? And Galadriel just kind of can't. She can read people's minds.
Yep.
But she can't read Gandalf's mind.
Well, I think there must be some distance involved.
Well, that could be, yes. I can't see him from afar, unless he comes within the fences of Lorien. Yeah, I guess that's fair. He just didn't come into Lorien, and so she can't read his mind, which is tough.
She seems to have some awareness and power over Lorien.
Yes. Very, very weird. Celeborn was about to, and they tell him, well, Gandalf didn't make it. And they say, rip. Since Gandalf's not with you, like if I had known that the Balrog was woken up again, that the dwarves stirred up the evil in Moria again, then I wouldn't have let you guys come in.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
What do you mean?
I think that's weird. I mean, those are external circumstances that are beyond their control that they did not have any part of.
And he recognizes that in like a paragraph. He's like, forgive me.
Yeah. Well, after Galadriel's like, hey, quit it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you need people to help you,
Yeah.
It's a soft, respectful sort of reminder.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Celeborn says, forgive me. I spoke hastily there.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. It's sort of like the easy mistake is to blame pin evil, like you said, external situation, but like you were associated with it, must have been your fault.
Yeah.
And he says, "What? That's stupid. I'm sorry."
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Good for Celeborn.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Galadriel also speaks up here, and she says she and Celeborn know what they're doing. None of the regular elves do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. They just know that it's a group of travelers that's traveling for some reason. Galadriel and Celeborn actually know about the ring and all the associated details. But they're not... This is the main problem I have, is they're not exactly helpful to the Fellowship, despite knowing these things. And I'm not sure exactly how to read that.
I don't. What do you mean?
Galadriel says she's the first one who summoned the council. So she actually set up the White Council. She wanted Gandalf in charge of it, but it didn't happen. And then she's like, you have a very difficult task here. I can't tell you what to do. I can't make any choices. I can't do anything to help you other than give you a little bit of information. And you're like, okay. That's kind of...
She doesn't say she can't do anything.
That's kind of weird.
She says, I can't tell you what to do.
Not in doing or contriving, nor in choosing between this course or another can I prevail, or can I avail.
Mm-hmm.
Only in knowing what was and what is, and in part also what shall be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So she says, I can't do. I advise you a little bit. But she she's really powerful. So she's telling them up front, I can't solve all your problems for you.
Yeah. Or
but we're going to see, like, she's willing to help them out quite a lot.
I don't know. I don't know what. I guess we'll discuss throughout. But when you see things that she does that are actually helpful, let me know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really can't see anything other than the one gift she gives Frodo in the end. That's helpful.
Yeah. Well, all the gifts are helpful.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Unless I'm missing something major, I don't really see any help in those. And so it's just odd. Galadriel's weird. I don't get her. She's written as, I guess she's just an otherworldly being.
She's an elf. And there's sort of like this type of like the fairy queen.
Yeah.
Right. This strange realms, strange powers.
Yeah.
But I think maybe you're overemphasizing that phrase, because she's willing to help as she can. You know, she's not trying to like cop out of that or anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, one thing that happens in this chapter that you can't deny is helpful is like the elven cloaks. Like that's like one of the most helpful things. Yeah.
Those is the gifts.
And that's something not only did she give, but she wove them for them. And that was personally.
Cool. Yeah. That was cool. So, yes, that's with the gifts in the next chapter.
Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because they come out and give the gifts as they're leaving.
Yes. The cloaks preceded the other gifts.
Yes.
I didn't know if it's in the next chapter still.
I think so. I don't remember.
Well,
we'll get there. We'll get there later on. I have a note on
we're talking about it all right now, so.
Yeah.
Well, before we move on, there's another thing here.
Yeah, go ahead.
While they're still talking to Celeborn and Galadriel.
Mm-hmm.
This is with Galadriel's gentle rebuke, if you will, of Celeborn.
Mm-hmm.
As the most forceful she is, even though it's not that forceful. Says, Gandalf wasn't in folly, and don't blame the dwarf for what happened.
Yeah.
I think this is neat. She says, I'll just read it because I can't really summarize it better here.
Go ahead.
If our folk had been exiled long and far from Lothlorien, who have all the Galadrim, even Celeborn the Wise. Okay, maybe I should summarize.
Got him.
It's wonderful. But she says, look, even if you're this wise king, if you'd been thrown out of your home, you would stop to go see your home.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it had become a home to dragons.
Yeah.
And then she speaks about the beauties of Khazad-dûm, which they're just a memory for Gimli, but she's evidently passed through. She remembers its glory days.
Yeah.
The water of Keled-Zaram, that's the Mirror.
Okay.
The many pillared halls of Khazad-dûm. And it really is very similar to stuff we've seen from Gimli, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she seems to assume, well, Gimli must have had a hand in them passing through there.
Yeah.
And doesn't even blame him. But in reality, of course, Gimli was willing to pass by his ancient home for the good of the quest. And they went through just without any input from him.
Yeah. Which is weird because that's coming after the part where Aragorn tells their whole story. And so I feel like the reluctance to go through Moria should have come through.
Well, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
She just assumed.
Yeah.
You could still have an
Celeborn
assumption. You could still have an assumption that Gimli wanted to go through there.
Yeah. But Celeborn doesn't have doesn't seem to react to, hey, we didn't want to do that, which is part of the oddness of his response.
Yeah. We don't know exactly what Aragorn said. I think you just assume there's room for that sort of thing. But what's interesting here is how Gimli reacts. When he hears the names in his own tongue, he looks up, he meets her eyes, and it seemed to him that he looked suddenly into the heart of an enemy and saw their love and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
That's cool.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Because, she was an enemy, very actually. You can tell, why he would have been grumpy and glaring at these people at first.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why Celeborn is kind of grumpy at him, because he looks grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the people who made the law that would have blindfolded him.
Yeah.
Just out of hand. Just a racist, prejudice
Yeah.
rule. But now, like, Gimli doesn't reach out and initiate some reconciliation. But Galadriel says, okay, I've offended and wronged this person, even though I'm powerful and, like, greater than this dwarf.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to reconcile the situation. And I just think that's awesome.
That is cool. That is cool.
She chooses love, and that inspires Gimli to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
points for Galadriel.
and it shows again like this nostalgic parallel between the elves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or the elves and dwarves, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. How they can actually work together if they so desire to.
Yeah. So I think that's a really notable part in this chapter.
Yeah, that's fair. I read over that and didn't really think much of it. Fair enough.
But you're a big Gimli guy. You gotta appreciate the big Gimli moments.
Yeah, when he simps for the elves. Oh, terrible.
You can't. That is
kind of. Yet more fair is the living land of Lorien, and the Lady Galadriel is above all the jewels that lie beneath the earth.
Yes. Okay. He's a knight.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
More than any other character, he is the
Yes.
medieval knight.
Yes.
So that's how you praise a great lady.
Yeah, simping.
No,
Yeah,
no.
understandable.
No.
Yeah.
But he's praising her not just because, oh, like, you're really pretty.
Mhm.
Like, he's appreciating her beauty and wisdom because of her understanding.
Yeah.
Like, and we'll see, even in the next chapter really hammers this home. That's what he appreciates about her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she's worthy of praise in his mind.
Yeah. Simping.
I know.
That's fine. Hey,
That
there's
is-
nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just a funny way to express
But it is a
in the modern day.
mischaracterization. Like,
Yeah,
if that was
maybe.
happening, that'd be fine,
Yeah.
sure. But that's not what's happening.
It is honorable appreciation for someone who is willing to be nice.
Yes.
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 Even though she doesn't have to be. So understandable.
Yes.
So when I say simping, that's what
We
that
should
means.
understand something completely different.
Yes, I think so. That's
Okay.
how words work. At the end of this, oh my goodness, we're going to have to go a lot faster through this. Questions are asked of each of them. Basically, Galadriel just like looks at all of them in the eye and then internally tests like everything about them, which is very interesting. Probably good. She offers them, and the next section kind of clarifies it. It's a challenge between their desires and their duty that they're supposed to actually do.
Yes.
Legolas and Aragorn noteworthily last a long time.
Yeah.
Sam noteworthily lasts not long at all.
Yeah. He's embarrassed.
Yeah, and the others are relatively normal.
There's probably some connection to the ring that gives her this ability, this foresight and telepathy, for lack of a better term.
Magic, as the hobbits might call it.
Perhaps.
Something like that. When they have a brief conversation about this,
Oh, rip Boromir.
Sam speaks a little bit and then kind of shuts up. And then Mary speaks a little bit and then definitely shuts up. And then Boromir is, Gimli doesn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah.
Boromir does not like it at all.
Yeah.
Understandable. I don't like it at all either.
Sure.
It is an intrusion.
But he does misunderstand.
He did not consent to whatever that was.
He does misunderstand what's happening here, though.
How so?
Well, he says, almost it seemed to me that she was trying to convince me to do the wrong thing, which she's not doing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess define that.
Everyone else realizes we're being asked to commit to our quest. She's like, you could do this other thing. Are you here for the quest?
Yeah.
But Boromir interprets that like, and you can see like there's something confrontational to saying, are you really going to commit to this? You could go do that.
Yeah.
But are you here? And you could see how someone kind of foolish or defensive could say, you want me to do that? How dare you? I would never do that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like covering up how much they want to do that, which is what we see Boromir doing.
Well, yes, it does display something bad about Boromir, that he is he is not willing to tell what he was tempted, but he tries to get Frodo to tell what Frodo was tempted with. So that's not great. But it is true, she is offering them a temptation. Right.
There's some similarities, but I think there's an important distinction.
You can understand this as in, it's very difficult to draw the line between testing and temptation. God tests people, the devil tempts people, and those are different, but sometimes they are they look very similar. I don't really know what she's doing here. And I am also like Boromir between those two.
Well, I think Tolkien and every character of wisdom is telling you and giving you every reason to believe that there's no malice in this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a test of, like, are you going to commit or not?
Yeah.
She says, this is an important quest, but you're dangerous, or you're in a dangerous situation. Your quest is on the edge of a knife. You can succeed if everyone is true and commits to this purpose. So she's trying to help people commit to this.
Yeah.
And she does.
Somewhat.
I don't know why
Boromir doesn't commit to it.
Yeah.
Or at least not entirely.
Well, see, that's the thing. She's not going to mind control people.
Yeah.
And you would hate it if she did that. So
yes.
that's not on the table.
Yeah.
That's not an outcome we should expect.
Mm-hmm.
Testing isn't going to make people do anything.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have that as an expectation for
True.
what she's doing.
True.
But testing does reveal where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some benefit to that, even if it isn't something you would like to have revealed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think you can... There's no kind of blame at all that should be put on Galadriel for Boromir failing.
Yes. I would question why the testing is forced upon them with there's not even any like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. It's just she looks at them in the eye, reads all of their thoughts, throws those thoughts back around at them as a temptation to see if they're going to get shaken or not, and then just like lets them go. It's very weird and kind of aggressive, and I don't know. It's very uncomfortable that she can just pop inside somebody's head and do that to them.
I think that you're going a little too far. When Sam's describing this experience, he said it was like she was asking me if I would like to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
So she's asking the question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could argue like how intrusive it is or not, but I don't think it's that
She
bad.
was looking inside of me and asking me what I would do if she gave me a chance of flying back home to the Shire to have a nice little hole with a bit of a garden.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you want to go back to the Shire with a nice little hole and a bit of a garden. Well, how about I give that to you? Would you take it? I mean, that seems like a much more confrontational question than it is just
I see what you're saying.
Modest inquiry.
Yeah, it's not a modest inquiry. There's like some...
No, it's an interrogation.
There's some potency behind it.
Yeah. It is
interrogation.
It is a hostile interrogation because as soon as she's done with it, she says, okay, we're done. And then they all get really tired as if they had been questioned long and deeply, though no words had been spoken openly.
I still think you're going too far.
It is an interrogation. Whether or not, it's justified to some extent and it's helpful to some extent.
It is.
But I still do not like it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like Galadriel much. Not here, and definitely not later. So
what? Okay, that's crazy.
I don't think so. Aragorn does try to smooth it over and say, look, there isn't any evil in Lothlorien, and there isn't any evil in Galadriel.
So shut up, Boromir.
Fair.
Yeah.
There isn't any evil in Lothlorien. It's just also not getting up and doing much to help the world around it for the most part. And so, yes, there's no evil, but there's not exactly benevolence in that either. And so I have a question
with
about
that specifically.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Again, I think it is good and beneficial to help people commit.
Yes.
As we're looking at the deeds of Galadriel.
That is true.
That is a very positive thing. We're going to see she is a gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see, I think it's alluded to, certainly, later on, and even like explicitly, like she's preparing for war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not how she's gonna help the Fellowship.
Yes. Yeah. She does help the Fellowship in her own way.
I think it is very important for them. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be. That doesn't mean it's the best option. That doesn't mean it's my favorite option.
No,
that
it doesn't have
mean
to
it's
be
the
your
only
favorite.
good option. That
Sure.
doesn't mean that was the right thing to do.
I think
It's
this was
just
the
that she
right thing
did
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at with Galadriel. She does some stuff, and I don't know. She just does not strike me as a great person. I just don't know how else to say it. I don't like her very much. Anything else on that initial meeting between them?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then they spend a bunch of time in Lorien.
Yes. Legolas and Gimli are friends.
They are now.
You complained a little bit when we talked before that this happened so suddenly.
Yeah.
And I can understand that.
Yeah.
But
They're friends
Legolas
now.
watched the dynamic between Galadriel and Gimli.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's an eye opener for him. He
Yeah.
sees the benefit to what Galadriel did and the humility and honor Gimli showed by
That's fair.
responding in kind.
I guess that makes
And I
sense.
think that's enough to see why their friendship begins.
Okay. Fair enough. Legolas is gone with all the elves all the
Sometimes.
time,
Yeah.
taking Gimli with them often.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, nobody else talks to the elves.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, and most of them don't know their language.
Yes.
So
And
that's a big reason
there's
why.
still that isolationist aspect. They sing a song. Frodo memorializes Gandalf.
It's a good song.
Yeah. The last line is a bit tactless. I'm not really sure.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like in Khazad-dûm his wisdom died?
It's just not very poetic.
It's a song about Gandalf dying.
He just died. Like, but people don't say, somebody died. They say he passed away or he's in a better place or whatever it is. And Frodo's just
I don't
like,
think they do that in Middle
he
Earth.
died. Yeah, I mean, this is how I talked, but I know that
you
is
should have complained
tactless.
about it.
I am aware that it's tactless. I just don't really care because I think it's
Well,
true.
it's a song for him. He's writing a lament for Gandalf.
Yes.
So if it's appropriate for him,
Well, Gandalf died. Rip Gandalf. He was a cool guy.
Reagan.
And then Sam adds in a line and is like,
Also his
fireworks are cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, fair enough. Very nice for Sam.
No. It's a sweet moment.
It is. It
The
is.
elves cared a lot about Gandalf, and you can see Frodo and the elves and other people are grappling here with what are we going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Frodo here asks Sam how he feels about the elves.
It's the good repetitive question.
And Sam says they don't really do anything.
Pardon?
It's quiet. Nothing seems to be going on, and nobody seems to want it to.
Yeah.
It's just like
That is
they're there. They just don't.
Haldir
do
has already
anything.
told us this. This is how the common elves are.
Yeah.
This is sort of the place to go.
Yeah.
And it had been for a long time, but
Mhm.
now things are happening where they can't ignore the larger world, and that's good.
Things are starting to happen.
Yeah.
It's not really something we see in anybody other than Celeborn, Galadriel, and maybe Haldir.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually they'll get around to it. So it's one of those things where it's like Frodo wanted to have somewhere that was home that could be calm, but then he wanted to go out and do something to protect that, and that's ultimately where Galadriel ends up.
Sam mentions the connection between the Shire and here as well. He
Yeah.
says they seem to belong here more than hobbits belong in the Shire.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's like some truth to that. There's some goodness in that,
Mhm.
but like you've been acutely aware of is there's this truth Tolkien's also getting us at, which is they can't act like this is the end of the story.
Yeah.
It's almost Balrogish in a way.
Yeah.
We talked about last episode. He's like, I can just stay here in the cave. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's not. He dies.
You can't hide. Yeah. In Khazad-dûm, his fire died.
Yeah.
Is how I might summarize that.
Very good.
Based, though. He's a bad guy.
Sam says this very wise thing.
Okay.
Sam says, "We've been here a little while, and that's good. We needed to rest up.
Yes.
But I think we should get going.
Now it's
It's
time
the
to-
job that's never started that takes the longest to finish, as my old gaffer says."
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. There's
And
good to
so-
rest.
And we're also seeing good to rest. Everyone really would just like to stay. It's like, there's a
Yeah.
scary Balrog. Who knows what's going to keep happening?
Yeah.
We could stay here another day, or
Mhm.
another day,
Yeah.
another day. Sam's like, I think maybe we should get started.
Yeah.
And everyone else, turns out, agrees about that.
Eventually. This is the moment where Galadriel approaches them
Yes.
out of nowhere. She and Celeborn have not talked to them since the council.
Yep.
They haven't crossed paths at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she just randomly shows up and calls Frodo and Sam to come and look at this mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is what happens.
No.
You're looking at me like you don't believe it, but that is what happens.
I believe it. I agree.
And
That's
she
what
goes,
happens.
it's called a mirror. It's like a bowl of water
Yeah.
that she enchants by breathing on it, which is very godlike. And so here is her mirror, and it's kind of magic, and it shows you information,
Mm-hmm.
but like any information that is out of context, it is not always good information. It's just like, here's something that either has happened in the past or is happening right now or could happen in the future, and we don't really know. And so even that is like, whatever you see in this is not, I don't even know like what the point is. I guess it's nice to be informed, but you don't even know if that information was 2,000 years ago or if it's 2,000 years
It's an
in a potential
extension.
future.
It's an extension of the tests we've already seen.
Yeah.
And she's, whatever she did with the test, she's like interested to follow up on Frodo.
Yeah.
I think Sam is just a innocent bystander roped into this.
Yeah. So
She wants to test Frodo's commitment because everything rides on him.
Mhm.
And especially, as I hinted on this earlier, Galadriel's using the power of her ring, probably to do this Mirror of Galadriel thing.
Yeah.
But certainly to maintain the timeless beauty of Lorien.
Mhm.
And she, as we're about to see, she would really, really like to stay here in beautiful Lorien.
Mhm.
She's willing.
doesn't work.
She's
like
willing to contribute to Elrond's elven gambit, which is give up everything we love
Yeah.
to destroy evil.
Yeah.
But she wants to make sure, like, everything is gone if Frodo fails. So
Mhm.
she's very interested in following up on testing him.
Well, everything is gone if Frodo doesn't go either, right? It's not like Lorien's going to live forever. The shadow is consistently getting stronger, and it's one day
Mhm.
going to overwhelm them.
Well, people, I think you're right.
Mhm.
Helps with the reader's perspective. I can see, like, Sauron was defeated when he had the ring before.
Yes.
I can see why people, and they might not be entirely wrong,
Mhm.
like in terms of like things that could happen.
Yeah.
That maybe Sauron could be resisted if he doesn't get the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well-
think ultimately Tolkien says that's not what would happen.
Yeah.
But you can see why a lot of people could entertain that.
I think you could put some hope in that, but he was defeated by elves and men who were working together. And the point of Lothlorien is we don't work with anybody, which is you're not going to attain the same heights that you did back when
No, no.
Sauron was.
Again, I
out.
think
Yeah.
you're right. But
So I feel like Galadriel would have that kind of perspective.
and she does.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just checking. So
She's not happy about it, but
yeah. It's inevitably we're going to die here, unless you do something. And then she shares Elrond's perspective that if the ring is unmade, the elven rings will also be unmade, and the elf cities
they'll lose
will
their power.
die.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing left for us. Either way, there's nothing left for the elves, which is fascinating.
Very.
And so, hey, you can look in this mirror. It's a choice. She said she could give them information. I don't know how trustworthy this information is, but I mean, that's the point of it is maybe this is true, maybe this is not. I'll give you facts, but you don't know if they've happened or are happening or potentially will happen.
And it's not like it's some capricious decision on her part. It's just That's just how this works. She can't control what's seen.
Yeah. She's not the one who's feeding it to them. She's giving them an opportunity to see some stuff.
Yeah.
So Sam, firstly, she says this is compared to the deceits of the enemy, which is a really weird way to say things and kind of weird and suspicious to me. Granted, a lot of things are weird and suspicious.
Oh my goodness.
Your folk will call it magic. I don't understand what they mean. They use the same word of the deceits of the enemy, but this is the magic of Galadriel. Like, this is different, but also...
No. So she's not saying it's similar. She's saying people use the same word for the good and the evil, even though it's distinct. Yeah.
So, fair enough. So Sam looks in.
He does.
He sees the Shire getting destroyed, I think.
Yep.
And he's like, I got to go fix it.
Yeah.
And then she says, no, you don't.
Yeah, it's a very on-the-nose test again.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so for Galadriel, who's not able to make choices for anybody, I feel like she does make Sam's choice here.
She does. She advises him what to choose.
Yeah.
But she doesn't choose it for him.
Yeah, but you can nitpick that, and maybe in a different circumstance I would nitpick that. But also, like, you can't go home alone. Yeah, like, you can't go home and fix this. You can't go home by yourself. You didn't want to go home before you saw anything, so now you shouldn't want to go home even though you've seen anything. The mirror might be lying to you. It might have not happened yet. It might not ever happen. It's very dangerous to follow this. And then Sam's like, yeah, I'm not going to follow this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems to me that she offers him a choice. He looks at it and he's all set to go home. And she's like, no, you shouldn't go home. And then he doesn't go home. He decides to just do exactly what he was told. So I feel like that's Galadriel making his choice for him.
You think if Galadriel hadn't said anything, he would have gone?
I don't know, but I feel like it would have been his choice. He would have had to reckon with the situation.
She is giving advice, but Sam is choosing to listen to the advice. Like, he's not being robbed of any kind of choice here.
Yeah. I mean, if you have every wise person in your life telling you one thing, people do choose the other thing sometimes, oftentimes. Yeah. But like, you know what the right answer is, even if you willingly choose the wrong one.
I think you are being too pedantic here, too nitpicky. We've seen Sam make the decision he just made here every time.
Yeah.
He's being consistent.
Yeah.
And he's been characterized as consistent.
Yeah.
He's not happy he looked in the mirror. Galadriel reminds him who he is and what it is and what he's just said. I don't think her reminding him of that robs him of any kind of choice.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I think he would have come to the same place if he was left to his own devices, but she immediately speaks up and contradicts everything he just saw, and he doesn't take time to like dwell on these things and then make a decision. He makes a spur of the moment decision because she says, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that."
No.
Yeah.
Sam would choose
this. I must
go
home. You cannot go home alone.
No. I read it.
Okay.
I know what it says.
I won't. Just
but look at what he does right after that, and at the end of the chapter is. It's not like he's standing by not thinking about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this is still weighing on him.
Yeah.
Like, he's still thinking about it.
I don't think I see that. I don't think Sam dwells on it any more than that.
He sat on the ground, covered his head in his hands. He wished I hadn't been here, seen no elf magic. And he's struggling with tears there. Like, this is tearing him up, but he's decided, okay, this is what I want to choose.
Yeah. But I mean, that all happens within the space of a minute.
Probably. There's a little episode to show us like how he's going to keep thinking. Like, it's not as though he's going to like stop thinking about this.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. I think this is very nitpicky from you.
Oh, you're the one who's nitpicking that it's different.
Pardon?
Yeah, I feel like you're the one who's nitpicking that it's different between her advising him versus her telling him. Because she basically just gives him all these reasons why he can't choose to go back, and then he says he can't choose to go back.
Well, the thing is,
so
I don't think it robs him of any meaningful choice.
Yeah.
And that's what's in dispute in your mind. I don't think that's an issue here.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. He makes the choice either way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Galadriel then offers the choice to Frodo.
Yeah. And here I will complain a bit here.
Sure.
I think the part with Sam is important and well done. I don't see anything bad with Galadriel, or certainly not with Sam there.
Yeah.
I don't see anything bad with Galadriel or Frodo here. But the vision Tolkien gives Frodo here is mostly just like random bits from the later books.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do much for Frodo.
No.
I think that would have been better if it was something more like what Sam saw.
Yeah.
He does.
Which Sam did kind of see random bits from the later books, I guess.
Sure. But we can tell how it's immediately
specific,
relevant. Yeah. I think that's powerful because it's clear how it's relevant.
Frodo kind of sees a guy who maybe reminds him of Gandalf, and then sees something else. And
he sees ships arriving. Is that right?
Yes.
He basically
and a banner
sees
of Gondor.
Yeah, he sees the battle of the Pelennor Fields,
I
basically,
think.
which that's cool, but it doesn't really do much for him.
Yeah.
So I don't think
there is a fight.
I don't think Tolkien should have done that.
Yeah.
I mean, if the mirror does random stuff, sure enough, I guess, but
he does see the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, and that's the relevant point.
And almost gets sucked into the water.
Yeah, would have revealed himself and Lorien, I think.
Yeah, which wouldn't be good. Galadriel says, "Don't touch the water," and then he stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good. I thought she couldn't tell him what to do, but I guess she just told him what to do. And
Brother.
Now he backs off of it.
She said the one rule for the mirror is don't touch it.
Yeah.
And so she reminds him not to do that.
Yeah. Telling him what to do. And then she's like, "Don't worry. I can read Sauron's mind."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. How can she do that?
Yeah. Well, what's the rest of what she says?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I perceive the Dark Lord and know his mind, or all of his mind that concerns the elves.
Yeah. So she could be wrong. I don't think she's saying she can like test or or be telepathic toward Sauron.
Yeah.
But it's just like Gandalf has been very confident, saying Sauron won't expect this. I know how he thinks, basically.
Yeah.
And Galadriel is just saying the same thing that Gandalf said.
I don't know that I would read it that way, because when she says, "I perceive the Dark Lord and know his mind," after she has shown that she knows the mind of every single person that is near her, I feel like that communicates something much stronger than just...
If you read that in isolation,
yeah,
I do think, though, if you read through the rest of this, she's not saying that. We've already heard that Sauron really wants to know where these rings are.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some larger mental kind of striving, perhaps. I don't think she's like can straight up read his mind. I think that would be a stretch. But it's like what Haldir said about contrasting Lothlorien with Dol Guldur, is the light in Lorien, just like light would always, can see the nature of Dol Guldur.
Yeah.
But Dol Guldur can't really comprehend the light. And that's what it is for Sauron. Like, she knows, like, it's no great secret. Like, it's not any great boast. She knows that Sauron wants her ring.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't have it. And like we've said, Council of Elrond, even the Shadows of the Past chapter, Sauron made the One Ring in order to control the elves.
Mm-hmm.
He finds them like much better servants than anyone else.
Yeah.
Because if they were controlled and evil, it'd be really rough for everyone else
Mm-hmm.
because they have greater wisdom and even power at this time in history.
Yeah.
So that's no great secret, like especially for someone who's been around as long as she has. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that, but I don't think that's what the book says. I perceive the Dark Lord and know his mind, or all of his mind that concerns the elves, and he gropes ever to see me and my thought, but still the door is closed.
Mhm.
It sounds like she can read his mind, but he can't read hers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. You could
There is-
like make that metaphorical and make
Sure.
it mean what
There
she
is
said,
some mental element going
Yeah.
on here. We've seen though what happens when people try to read Sauron's mind and such.
Yeah.
So maybe
Generally
in
doesn't go well.
isolation we could say that,
Yeah.
but I don't think that fits the larger picture at all.
Interesting.
She does what Goldberry did to suddenly change tact here. When the
Yes.
hobbits come into Tom Bombadil's house,
Mhm.
Goldberry stands at the door toward the east, raises her arms, and says, "Now I will shut out the night." And then she shuts the door. And Galadriel is sort of
Oh.
acting out the exact same thing.
Oh, interesting.
Says,
Yeah.
"I reject the east. I reject Sauron's power."
Yeah, she T-poses to the east, and then Sauron can't get her.
Oh, thank you, Ray.
She raises her arms in a
No,
gesture of
I
rejection.
know. Yes, it's a gesture of rejection.
Yeah. Burm. Got
Good
him.
grief.
Yes. So she wants Frodo to succeed. This is the moment where she says, if Frodo succeeds, then the elf cities fade.
Yeah.
And what she wants is for the ring to never have been made.
Yeah.
But, like, that's
What-
just not going to happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It's a human sort of wish.
Yeah. And so, you know, what else are we supposed to do with that? Frodo offers her the ring.
Yeah, and I'll stop you here for a second.
Sure.
Is this there's this saying that I didn't know I knew so well that I've started using. I say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Fair enough.
I think Galadriel's testing is very good and merited. We had some discussions about that already. But by the same token, like Frodo isn't doing this from a place of wisdom or insight. But Galadriel takes it for what it is. She's like, "Oh, I've been testing you guys. Gently are you revenged upon me for my testing of you."
Yeah.
Because Frodo is doing the same thing. She said, "Wouldn't you like to go home and have what you want?" And that the One Ring is her path to that same option.
Yeah.
Frodo says, "I have the power," even though he doesn't know he's saying this.
Yeah.
"I have the power to give you what you want. You don't have to give up on Lorien."
Yeah.
Or fear Sauron, because if you have the One Ring, you would have everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a real test. And Galadriel says, unlike Elrond, perhaps, Elrond maybe thought about this, but we never read about this. Galadriel admits, "I have thought a lot about taking the ring, but it wasn't socially acceptable or anything like that. Like I'd have to rob it from you.
Yeah.
But now you're offering to give it to me.
That'd
So
be cool.
I don't even have to make up any excuse. It's like it's right here." And this is really important, and like it's a neat conclusion to like her testing of everyone else, because she recognizes, okay, this is fair. If I dish it out, I should be able to take it.
Yeah.
And she does. I think about in the movies, Peter Jackson has this very dramatic moment where she like glows with like dark power or whatever. That isn't quite what happens
Very
here,
odd.
but
Yeah.
it is very dramatic.
She becomes the whole source of light in the area.
Yeah,
which
I
is
like the description.
very
She
odd.
says she's a light that illuminates only herself when she thinks about the One Ring. And that's what would happen.
Yeah.
She said,
It
she's very similar to Gandalf. She says, when Sam begs her to take it again, he says, you'd do a lot of good. You'd make some folk pay for their dirty work. She says, that's how it would begin, but it would not stop at that.
Yeah.
So she has, I think, earlier she said, understanding Gimli, like, if you could like go see your home, wouldn't you do that? And so you can see just how much she loves this land. And there's some flaws with it too, but she's doing a lot of good also. She sees I don't know. It's just like appreciate just how much of a test this is on her.
Yeah.
Especially like it's right that
Good.
she could just reach out.
She deserves it.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
But it's important. Like it's important for all of the fellowship to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wickedness in asking for commitment, and she recognizes it's important for her to be tested in her commitment.
Yeah.
She decides. We'll see this. I guess it will have to be next episode, and the farewell to Lorien chapter.
We'll see.
We'll see that she has a lot of doubts or conflicting feelings about going into the West.
Yeah.
But she's willing to take that chance, as it is in her mind,
Mm-hmm.
to do the right thing.
Yes. She is. It is a wonderful piece of justice for her to be tested in the same way she has tested everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably, she didn't need to be tested in this way, and nobody else needed to be tested in this way either. And that's the thing. What is the difference between offering her the ring directly versus just leaving with the ring and making sure she can't get it? I mean, effectively, it's the same thing. You can ask her for commitment by testing her and saying, hey, what would happen if I gave this to you? And you can tempt her with that possibility, or you can just pass on and not do anything about it, and she remains committed to her course. Mm-hmm. And so, in many ways, because of how this reflects on the other one, on the other instance of her tempting them, it's like I can see where it could be beneficial, but I can also see where somebody who is willing to generally be faithful when hit with that particular temptation would ignore their faith and go over to the temptation side anyway. And so personally, like, I don't know, there is a value in it, but I don't think that it is the only way.
Frodo's is unintentionally much more dangerous. I think that is a fair reality to reflect on, because Galadriel can't
Mm-hmm.
really. The implications for anyone else giving up on their commitment then and there for her testing of them.
Yeah.
Not big.
Okay.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if she fell here, that would be really bad.
Yeah.
So I can agree with you like for Frodo's testing of her, even though it is like poetic justice,
Yeah.
or appropriately ironic, if you will. But I don't think that invalidates. We talked about it a lot. I don't think that invalidates her testing of other people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends on how you read it, because it is parallel, right?
Yeah, certainly.
And so it's either what you said, which is hers is good and Frodo's isn't quite as good because Frodo's just unaware of what he's doing, where she's very aware. And so it could be very benevolent from her and very unhelpful from Frodo. Or it could be Frodo displays how unhelpful that is, and that makes you realize how the earlier one is also unhelpful.
You could read it
And
that
so
way.
I read it that way.
Yeah.
If that's not clear already.
No,
I tend to read
that
it
was
that
clear.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she does pass the test. She does make a choice and pass the test.
Yes.
She said she couldn't make any choices, but maybe that's just for them.
For them.
I'll extend
That's
her the benefit of the
ridiculous.
doubt.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, she makes her own choice, and I do appreciate the idea of Galadriel, of an advisor who's not going to like step in and make your choices for you.
Well, and that's not even her. That's everybody.
It's most of their guidance that they've
Yeah.
received. So arguably not Boromir's guidance. He had a command that he had to fulfill, which is part of what from Denethor.
Yes.
Which is part of what leads him astray.
You know what? That's probably fair.
Which is interesting. And so I appreciate the theory of what she's doing. It's just when I read through her actions, I don't know that her actions line up with her theory.
Yeah.
Because how I'm reading it, they don't.
You need to read more optimistically.
No, I need to have.
If you're looking for problems,
that elves are
you will find some problems.
Yes, sir.
But
I will.
I think it distracts from some things here.
Yeah, maybe it could. And so Galadriel had her character arc.
Well, not yet, not completely.
Yeah, had a large portion of her character arc.
Yeah,
and then we move on to the other chapter. So I don't think we're going to cover the other
No.
chapter in this episode.
I don't think so.
Maybe next episode can be short.
Maybe. That could make up for the other one.
I guess we're going to see. We'll probably see in a few minutes here whether or not that actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else to say on the Mirror of Galadriel?
One of my favorite chapters.
I'm glad it is. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite chapters, but from a very different perspective.
Like, not favorite?
It's interesting to think about.
Yeah, okay.
Because, yeah,
There you go.
there are plenty of implications you can make. And it's like, that seems like a moral, ethical problem, but
Wow. Okay.
curious. It is very...
Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Listener engagement is appreciated, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
Well, that has been The Mirror of Galadriel
That
with
was
Reagan and Andrew.
the Mirror of
Join us next
Galadriel.
time for Farewell to Lorien.
Yeah, and we might even go under an hour next time.
I hope so.
Allegedly. I only have a page and a half on it.
I have half a page.
Ah, easy. That's like 2 pages. We got it. All right. See you next time.